How are your sleeping habits?
But before I sleep, I
Also.
Piano too.
but
So,
I
but
yeah.
they're inspired. They want. 英語がわかりますか?
英語わかります. I went to an international school.
She just shifts.
Yeah, since I was
皆さんこんにちは、ヒゲさんです。今回はココミの英語力リアクションをします。So today we're going to be checking out the English proficiency of Cocomi. Before I recorded this video, I did a little bit of research on her, and I found out that she's a model and a flutist. I believe that's how you pronounce that word. I've never said it before. Flutist. And this interview she's going to be doing with Chad Lawson, which I have no idea who that is. Probably a music director or somebody. The video we're checking out is from Universal Music something. So probably it has to do with music, which, as you guys know, Hike-san loves music. So I'm very excited to see what kind of stuff they're going to be talking about. Maybe her career as a flutist. Damn, I love that word. Flutist. Just very curious to see how this video is going to go and to see how her English proficiency is. But with that being said, can we get started? So, ikimashou. Let's go. Channel 登録してね。
おはようございます。
Oh, Japanese.
おはようございます。
おはようございます。
英語がわかりますか?
英語わかります. I went to an international school.
She just shifts.
Yeah, since I was little, so I speak English fluently. Yes.
Fluently.
So thank you. This is
Impressive.
such a treat, and I
By
have
the way,
to
her
be
English
honest.
sounds
I was
very
thinking
good.
that we were going to have our
Very
dogs
fluent.
with us
Oh.
because I see on Instagram with your dog.
Which dog do you have?
I have a Bernedoodle, and so I feel like on your Instagram you have a doodle of some
Yes, I
some
do.
sort. What kind of dog is it?
Labradoodle. It's a mix between Labrador and a poodle. And there's one large and one small.
I hear she has a little bit of a
I have 5
British
dogs.
accent as well.
Holy
English
wow!
accent, I should say.
Yeah,
That is
and,
insane. How do you find time to practice with so many dogs
So
in the
either
house?
she
I mean,
studied with
do they come and
someone
sit
who
at your
speaks
feet when you play,
Australian-
or
from
like what do the
Australia,
dogs
or
do
someone
when you
from
play
England?
flute, when you practice?
When I play the flute, for the first 10 minutes or so, my dog really barks. They bark a lot and they howl. I don't know why they do that, but they howl a lot. Like wolves. When I practice. Yeah. But
They're inspired. They want to play with you.
Yeah, and when I play the piano or like
I'm hearing a
practice
combination
they
of an
usually
American
come
English
sit by
accent
my feet
and an
they
English
sleep.
accent. Which is not bad. That's just
So do you practice the
the kind
flute or
of,
the piano more,
accent that
depending
I'm
on
hearing.
your dogs? What do you prefer to
Interesting.
play more?
The flute, of course, because it's my yeah.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
great. How did you start playing the flute?
I like
How
the
did it
conversation about
all
dogs,
begin?
too.
Where did you get the inspiration for playing the flute?
Do you know Studio Ghibli? Like it's a Japanese animation film.
Okay.
Like Howl's Moving Castle and like Spirited Away.
Yeah.
From Studio Ghibli, I got
He
the
doesn't know who
inspiration
that
of
is.
music
It's a shame.
from a film, and I started the violin from that. And when I listened to, I think it was Aquarium, I got the feeling that I really like the sound of flute, and that's when I started to learn it. And yeah, I think my music is like I got all the inspiration from Japanese anime, Studio Ghibli.
So this is an interesting question. I've never been able to speak about this with someone before. When how they learn an instrument or what inspired them to learn an instrument. Was there something in particular about the scene of the movie that made you feel really good, and it happened to be because of the flute? And so you were drawn to learning to play the flute because of that emotion
There's a lot of
from
nice
the film?
flute pieces in
Is that
Japanese
what the
movies.
inspiration was?
Like the main character was so obsessed in something, and that happened to be music. So I was really touched by the fact that someone can actually be like so obsessed in something, and yeah, I think it was just that the fact that I just got really moved and touched by the main character. I think that's only the reason why. I'm not sure. But yeah.
No, I mean that's really beautiful. And if you think about it, you know, with Stay, the song that we did, the idea of the song came from inviting other people to find just a few moments each day of something that they wanted to hold on to, they wanted to be obsessed with, right?
That's really beautiful.
Be it, you know, having time with a friend, you know, over tea or over coffee, or, you know, perhaps just reading a book by yourself, but just, you know, finding those little moments throughout the day that are just strictly yours and no one else's. Walking 5 dogs, if that brings you life, then that's your stay. And it's interesting because when we were talking about finding someone to collaborate with this song, you know, I've always worked with string players, you know, and I come from a jazz background, so it was like bass and drums, and when your name was brought up, I was just like, that would be amazing. I've never worked with, you know, a flautist before. And so I was just so intrigued. And I was like, this is going to be tremendous.
Did I
And so
mispronounce the word?
when I heard the recording afterwards, it was perfect. You were the perfect person for this song, for this collaboration. There could not have been anyone else that would have done exactly what you brought to this piece. Because there are a lot of people that are technically proficient, that are really great in how they play and their ability, and they can read music really well. But not all of those people know how to play with feeling. And that feeling comes from being obsessed. Not obsessed in a technical mindset, but obsessed by watching a film, seeing a piece of art. And you have that. And so when I heard the recording of your playing it, your tone, your technique was spot on great, but it was what you brought emotionally to the piece that just made me say, there's nothing better than this. This was perfect for what this piece was looking for. So I just wanted to say thank you, because you brought such new life and new color to this piece that wasn't there before. So thank you. Do you have, besides walking the dogs and watching anime, do you have other stays for you that you try to do either each day or maybe each week, or something that just allows you to maybe leave the flute for a little bit or leave the piano for a little bit, and then allows you to kind of find inspiration somewhere else?
I meditate under the sun for about 3 to 8 minutes every day now. And
I was curious to hear what her response was going to be after he praised her,
look at myself
her playing,
from the bird's
and
eye
how she
view.
views music. I
And
don't know why
just-
they edit that out. That's not cool. I
I
felt like
don't
she
know
was
what
getting
I
ready to say
do.
something.
But I think I plan about the day, and I try to set up a learning objective for the day. In the morning, I meditate. It really changed my daily life, actually. It's become more, I don't know how to say this, but kind of, I couldn't get out of bed but now I can do that easily. It's changed me a lot.
That's amazing. Do you sing? You probably sing, don't you? Do you sing? Are you gonna like start singing now?
No?
Do you sing? Okay. Well, I mean, you know, because you model, you flute, you play piano in your university, I'm just expecting you to say, yes, I'm a professional singer
She plays
also.
piano too.
But
So,
I
but
used
we-
to take classical singing for 1 year. Yeah, only for 1 year, but
There you go. Well, so you know this better than I do.
no, I
Then.
don't.
But like how important just like melody
I
and
really
breathing
like how
is.
natural their
Right?
conversation
As far as like breathing
is.
is concerned. Like
Like, she
where
doesn't need
all
a
of
lot
that
time to think
comes
about what
back
to
to the
say.
core of everything
Like, she
that
just
we
knows
do
how
as
to respond
creatives,
in a
which
timely
is
manner.
emotion. And I think that's amazing that you have all of these backgrounds.
But not even just that. her
And then you're
responses are just
continuing
so
to study
natural,
with
too.
someone that at the core of all of this, when you learn everything that you're learning, and then when you stand on that stage to play in front of all of those people,
No, and if you're wondering,
you're going to
any
forget all about the
pronunciation issues,
technique. You're going to forget
Like
about
this.
all the hours of practicing that you just wanted to throw your flute away. Because I wanted to quit so many times. And when you're on that stage and you're playing your instrument and you look out at those people, the only thing they hear is your heart. That's it. They don't hear the hours of technique. They don't hear the living in a room by yourself for hours a day with howling dogs as you try to practice. They don't hear those things. All they hear is where they were the first moment they heard your song and how it made them feel. And Cocomi, that is a powerful thing. And you do it tremendously well.
The
And I
words you
cannot
gave
wait
me,
to see.
The words you gave me, it's just so touching that I just want to write that in my notes and make that my lock screen for my phone to look at everything.
So my biggest question is, how do you sleep? Do you even sleep? With all you're doing, do you even sleep more than
I
2 hours
sleep
a
a
night?
lot.
How do you
Interesting
sleep?
question. Do you sleep?
I sleep a lot.
You sleep a lot.
Yes.
How are
My
you
sis-
human?
My sister usually wakes me up, like she, calls me on the phone to wake up, hurry up.
So you have no problem sleeping with all. Well, I guess that makes sense with everything that you're doing.
I love sleeping.
You love sleeping.
Yeah.
Do you ever have a hard time falling asleep?
No, I always sleep
I like how these
well. Like,
questions
well.
are just like
That's
very.
good. All right. Because I was just
Random?
thinking, how do you do everything in your day? Then I was thinking that you don't sleep, but once again, you've proved me wrong, and so you know.
How are your sleeping habits?
that's-
But before I sleep, I have to listen to classical music.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's my daily routine, and I also listen to whales,
Like the
like, as in
animals.
the animal. Yeah,
Really?
I really like the sound of whales, so I listen to it.
This is a
every day.
recording,
I've heard
correct?
some
You don't
people
have
do that,
whales
actually.
in your room.
No, it's a recording. I just search it up on YouTube and listen to it every day.
That's an awesome idea. What gave you
I
that
know it's
idea?
weird,
I'm
but-
super curious. What gave you that idea?
I don't know. I just heard it on like Animal Planet or something, on like BBC and something, and I really like the sound of whales.
I'm going to look for that tonight. That is a new one for me. Is the whale your favorite animal besides dogs?
My favorite animal is owls.
Owls.
Yeah,
How come?
I really like how they hunt silently, yet so elegantly, beautifully. Yeah.
He's thinking.
Going back to this whole obsession thing then. That's tremendous. So, well, I'm curious. I will look up the whales. Then I will check that out. 'Cause that sounds really fascinating, to be honest. So, I will have to look that up. Well, I really appreciate you just taking the time, and just, it's as difficult as it is to not be in person. At least we can connect and just say hello over Zoom and just connect this way. Kind of like how we recorded. We were oceans apart, to be honest. So I think it's amazing what the pandemic has kind of made people do in a roundabout way, which is be really creative and how they continue moving forward. I mean, just for us to be able to create on the other side of the world I think is tremendous. And then for us to be able to just talk on the other side of the world, I think it's just really great. So meanwhile, I will continue working on my Japanese, my Nihongo ga, so I will continue to work on that.
でもとても
Yes, exactly.
できてます。
If you have any tips, just send them over while I listen to whales at night, trying to fall asleep, listening to Japanese whales, trying to talk me to sleep at night. So, well, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. And I'm really looking forward to
Thank you.
hopefully playing this song together. I think it would be a lot of fun to be able to play
Yes.
this live in person.
Thank you so much. I really loved your music, and whenever I had the time to, I searched up on the internet and YouTube to look and listen to your songs, pieces. It was really relaxing. Thank you.
Okay. That means the world. Thank you very much. I'm excited to be working with you.
Me too. Thank you.
Her English is flawless. When this interview first started and she came out and said that her English is fluent, I thought, wow, she is very confident, which is great to see. And after watching this interview, I can tell that her English is fluent. And like I said, she has a mixture of not pronunciations, but accents. So in some words, she has an American accent, and then in others, she has a English accent, which I think that's very interesting because not every English speaker can do both accents. Some people can, and some people can do it more easier than others. And it also just depends on the word. There's a lot of things that go on when it comes to doing those different accents. But with her, it just comes out naturally, and I think that's very interesting that how she just kind of like shifts those accents, maybe without even realizing it too. But besides the accents, her pronunciation is flawless. And like I said, I wanted to kind of hear a little bit more of her side, like of the interview. Like I felt like there were some parts where they kind of edited out, especially that part after he really praised her. I felt like she was getting ready to say something, but they just cut it off. So I don't know if they just didn't put it in there, but I felt like I really wanted to hear her opinion in that particular moment, especially because they were talking about music. So I really wanted to hear that, but we got more of the kind of hobbies and things that they like kind of side, which is okay. You know, it kind of gives the conversation a very natural feeling. But besides that, her sentences were very detailed. She was able to express herself very openly, and I don't really have anything else to say about her English. It was pretty fluent, like how she said. I just really like seeing that confidence. That was really cool. But one thing that I did notice about this interview is that if you look at Chad, he's very relaxed. He's just like moving around, just not really standing still. And if we look at Cocomi, she is just like boom, like in an actual like interview, which, you know, that really shows how seriously she's taking this. It's very interesting. You can kind of see also the difference in cultures as well. Just something that I just noticed during this interview. But if you guys have any other recommendations of checking out other Japanese celebrities or actors, language proficiencies, please let me know in the comment section. 皆さんどうだった？ごめんなさい。またね。